Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So we explored Microsoft's new AI workflow designer in one of my videos and we learned how we can automate the workflows using AI. But today we are taking it further and instead of just doing one AI workflow doing everything, we are going to build multi-agent orchestration with this new workflow designer. And we are going to build one enterprise level agent which will take all type of request and based on the type of request, it will invoke the other agent to process that request and then we will respond that back to the agent. So what we are going to build, we are going to build one enterprise agent. So right now you see one of my screen where I'm showing you the new agent and this enterprise agent will invoke our new AI workflow. If I go to tools, you will see I have this one workflow which is built with the new designer and this is the workflow which is built with the new designer and what it does is invoked at the agent message whatever user puts in the enterprise agent, then based on the intent it will invoke the other agents which is already built. So the orchestration is like one enterprise level agent will invoke the sub agents to do the processing and then answer or the response from AI would be responded back to this enterprise agent. So this AI workflow we are going to build and this agent also we will just quickly build in this today's video. So as we lastly worked with the AI workflow new designer from Microsoft, so this time also we will use this AI workflow from Microsoft. And to start with, I will go to the home and over here we will just click on this automator workflow so that we can take advantage of new Microsoft workflow designer. And we are going to build one workflow which will be invoked via one of the enterprise agent. So I will just name it as a route employees queries to specialized agent. So this workflow would be responsible for routing the queries to the specialized agents. So I will start. As we saw in our past video that we can have multiple trigger types into this start step and we are going to choose this type of connector and we will just say when an agent calls this flow. And once we click that, we will put input as text and whatever text is being passed because this will be invoked from the agent. So it will pass this input to my subsequent or further steps. And after that, we will take help of prompt action, which will execute our past user query or user message and will provide us the intent or response back in a structured fashion. So I will just add that prompt. So over here in the instruction, we can pass the detailed instruction what is intended to do with this activity. So I will copy the instruction from the notepad and over here I have written that you are an enterprise request router and your job is not to just answer. Your responsibility is to understand the request, extract the intent, decide the target department, decide whether special agent should be invoked or not, and then return a proper JSON. Supported intent would be finance, where the queries are related to this, HR if the queries are related to leave attendance, onboarding, and IT if queries are related to access, laptop, and all that. And if it is unable to find the intent, then just show that intent is unknown. And in return JSON, we will be expecting this to be returning intent, confidence, and the target agent. So this target agent is the key. Like it will decide, the AI will decide which agent needs to be invoked for this later on. So I will just paste this instruction. And over here, along with that, I will pass this user query from dynamic. So you can click on the code view and inside code view, just go to this where we want to insert the user message, click on dynamic and just pick the text which is being passed as a trigger from the body. So now we have passed it and in the response, we can decide what sort of response we are expecting. So it takes text response, structured or custom one. So we'll just say like custom one because we have our predefined JSON and I can again paste this JSON into this structured one. So this is the valid output I'm expecting out of this prompt. So it will decide the intent, what user is actually meant for and which agent, targeted agent, it should invoke further. And after this, we will just add variables so that we can have the values or the intent into the variable. So over here, I will just say variable as intent and string, and that we are going to fetch from dynamic response of our prompt. And if you just click on this expression mode, then you will see like we get this prediction output, structured output, and response. So instead of this seeing the structured output at body response, so what we are going to append, we are going to just replace that with the variable intent so that we can get the intent. And I will just replace this property. So variable intent would be filled with this variable intent. And I will initialize one more variable. And this time we will call that variable as target agent. And we will again use the same property expression and we'll replace that with this this time target agent, so that we can get the target agent name out of it. So once we get the target agent, let's say HR or finance or IT, then based on that variable cases, we can decide which agent we should invoke. So I'll just save this variable, and we are getting one new issue detected. So I'll just open health center, and okay, input parameter in prompt contains invalid expression. Okay. So over here we have pasted this at the rate. So I will remove it so that it can find it. It can say that it's a valid expression. So now we are good. So we have constructed our variables, and as a next step, we can take help of if else statement so that we can decide based on target agent which agent Microsoft 365 Copilot agent or Copilot Studio custom agent can invoke. So I'll say variable agent, and if this is equal to HR, then I should invoke some agent, or otherwise I can proceed to my next step. So in the next step, I can decide, I can expect one more if else. So I was expecting that I wish I could have like multiple switch cases over here, but with this limitation right now, I only have this if else case. So I will put one more if else, and this would be connected with the else case. So I will just say, and in this one, I will say dynamic variable target agent. If target agent is identified as finance, then it should invoke the finance agent. So right now we just added if and else conditions, nothing else. So in this first if and else, because if it's an HR intent, then I should invoke agent that should be of HR. So I can click on this agent action, and in this agent action, if your agent name is exactly your intent name, then you can fill that as dynamic. Otherwise, you can pick that from your list. So let's say like I'm picking my this HR agent, and you can specify what agent input would be. So this time I'm passing this message from dynamic expression, and that expression is our text, which is the initial input, the trigger input. So now this message would be directly passed to our HR agent. And once this is invoked, the response would be captured into text response. And afterwards, I can add respond to agent action so that I can write this message or the response generated back to the main enterprise level agent. I'll pick this respond to agent one, and in this one I will add output as text, and output would be from our result of our previous agent action. So this way, once it's the user intent is found as HR query, then the HR agent would be invoked. And if it's found as finance, then we can invoke the other agent. So let's say this time we will invoke this M365 Copilot action, which has multiple declarative agent already built for finance. So for example, I will just pick this one. And when you click on this show all, you will find multiple other parameters. And first of all, in message, we will just add the dynamic message that is text from our agent invocation. And in the agent drop down, we will select the already built agent. So I will select this financial data analyst agent, and again we will respond back to our main agent. So I will just again copy paste this activity, and this time we will just change this activities connector to this final M365 agent connector, and we will just change the input passed from the other dynamic operation, that is body or response from our M365 Copilot agent. So we have built these two invocations, for one for HR, one for finance, and now we can just save or publish or test this flow. So to start with, I will just save it, and we will just build out one enterprise level agent so that we can invoke this AI workflow from this enterprise agent. So just like this tool which we invoked from our enterprise agent, I will just build one more agent, and I will say that agent as enterprise assistant. And in this agent, we will add this AI workflow which we built just now for the multi-orchestration. So in the description, we will just give the detailed description what this agent will do. So whenever user asks any HR, finance, IT leave, reimbursement, laptop, software access request, and tool classify the request, route it to the correct specialist agent, always use tool, and you can specify this tool name. So we will still need to add our tool, and we will just paste this one. So route employee queries to specialized agent. So this tool we are going to add, I will just first of all save it, and we'll just go to tools, And inside tools, we will add this newly built AI workflow. And in this tool, we will specialize, we will just describe the details about what this tool would be doing and when it should be invoked. So to add a tool, you can click on flow and it should give you the newly built flow. So this one is the one which we built just now, and we will just click on add and configure. We'll just give this name and the proper description. And in the description, we will specify what is the intended behavior of this tool. So what we have written is that use this tool for all employee service requests. This tool must be called before answering. Always use this tool when the user asks about finance, invoice payment, reimbursement, purchase order, HR leave policies, IT laptop, software access, and do not answer HR or IT request directly from knowledge. So right now we haven't added any knowledge source, so we can specifically tell this agent that, okay, invoke this tool to answer any of the queries. Because in the sub agents, whatever we have written, we have added the specific knowledge sources. So any knowledge sources would be at this level would not be called. So that's how we are enabling it. So I will just save this one, and then we will just do a test, and we will write a general query to this agent, and we are expecting I want to know about my company's annual leave policy. So this is a simple query, and the intent is like it should call the HR sub agent via this our newly added workflow, and then that HR agent should answer this query. So I will just enter, and in your test your agent in this area, we will see like our tool should be invoked for this query. So right now this tool invoked which we added, and this is invoking in turn our AI agent workflow, that is route employee queries to agents. So I can go to my this activity. We can see the execution in real time. So our agent calls this flow. Our flow got invoked, and the prompt identified this intent, and the intent is target agent is HR, and intent is related to holiday. So the HR agent, because we have written our if and else cases based on the HR, finance, and IT agent. So once this HR agent condition is matched, so it invoked the sub agent of HR. And in the run detail, we can see this agent got this input related to our this text which is being passed as an trigger. And if I go to run details, this is the final answer. This agent responded back to our this main agent. So once we go back to our this main agent, then we will find the same answer which is being returned from our sub agent. So I can scroll up, and so here is a summary of our company's annual leave policy. And if I just go to our this agent, here is a summary of our company's policy. I can copy this entire output and paste into notepad just to verify, and we got the same output which is being generated by our this sub agent to this main one. So everything is being well generated, and the same session can be used to ask a different question. So I will just ask about, I want to know about my last quarter invoices total amount. So now the same tool would be invoked, but this time it will call our different agent to answer our query. And we can again go back to our activities, and we saw like this invoked our this flow again. And this time if we go click on our this prompt, so this time target agent is finance, and with if else condition we can see like the agent called this one, this declarative agent, that is M365 Copilot one, and this invoked our finance agent. And if I just go to the output, and in the output we see like there is long output generated by it, and maybe like it did not find our last quarter AI, but it will say like there is a vague request or you want to specifically tell me something about. So I can help you calculate the right now, but I don't currently have access to invoice system data, because of course like this is secured, something secured, so it wouldn't be reading from that source which is intended to. So if I just go back, and it will say, because right now what we did is like we respond back this entire JSON. So that's why it's unable to, it's in the description saying like tool match found, but is unable to respond back with the proper output. So the flow route query specialized agent failed to run the response bad gateway, though like our this agent invoked. Okay, because we forgot to connect these two actions. So this in the output of this action should be passed to this respond to the agent. So once we edit our this flow and add this connector and publish it, then it will be called properly. So I'll just add it, and we are republishing it so that the connection could be find out once this MTCY Copilot execution happen. So a new instance of our this AI workflow has been invoked. And if we go back to our activities, and we will see there is one running instance. And this time, because we have connected the nodes, the activity nodes together, so we should expect the output. Though like output, maybe like it could be differ because we haven't given this Microsoft 365 Copilot any sources. So this time it is connected and it responded back as well. If we go to the main agent, then this time we will see some output generated without any failure. Here you see like it invoked this one, our AI workflow, and later on this invoked the knowledge source because we have explicitly written that invoke our agent first, this tool first. So now if I go back, so I checked with our finance agent, but unfortunately there are some limitation at this moment, invoice data unavailable. So that's okay. And last completed quarter, and it tried to give me something out of my this agent. So instead of creating one massive AI agent, we can break down the logic into the different agent, as we built the HR agent and finance agent separately, and one main enterprise level agent which can invoke these agents based on the conditions, based on the intent. So this architecture is very much scalable and cleaner and closer to real time enterprise AI systems. So this is a big shift from the traditional automation. Instead of building out one giant agent, split that into small agent, expert agents, and create one, the top level agent which can invoke it. So this is where AI workflows become very powerful and not replacing teams, but coordinating across specialized intelligence. So I hope like you may find it exciting and useful. And if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.